Good evening and welcome to Trending Tonight, the only show on primetime television where we care to explain the news behind the trend. I'm Sanket Upadhyay. The one story that we are going to track right here today is the farmers' impasse, the government farmer impasse. Dialogue, dilemma, as they say. So the Bharatiya Janata Party was in a huddle over farm law impasse. There was a big meeting that took place in the national capital where representatives of the government as well as the party sat together to decide what the next course of action will be. It's very clear their next strategy is that they are going to go ahead with their version of the bill, appealing to the farmers to come and talk to them. In the meanwhile, politics continues. Arvind Kejriwal tore up the bill in Delhi Assembly. Now, amid the politics and the deadlock, could there be a win-win situation being offered, perhaps, from the Supreme Court? The Supreme Court has only inquired, only asked the government. The top court has checked with the centre. Can farm laws be put on hold pending talks? Simple solution. Farmers wanted the law repealed. Government wanted amendments. Is law on hold? And that's going to be the debate topic right now. Putting the law on hold, given these present circumstances, is it the only way to rebuild the government-farmer trust? Think about it. Is this now the only way? The impasse has gone on for very long. So that's the question that we are going to ask. What exactly happened in the Supreme Court on your screen right now? So the Chief Justice said, if you don't implement laws now, bench will hear the case in the winter vacation. The Chief Justice then asked the government, can you assure farmers laws won't be implemented until talks happen? Now he's just asked for an assurance. The government said, the government's representative in the court said, we will discuss and reply. Obviously, they will take an opinion of the government and an informed opinion will be given to the court. The Chief Justice then said, farmers have a right to protest. They can carry on. He then told farmers, protest but no blockades and no violence. That's a message for the farmers from the Chief Justice. He then again continues to tell the farmers, but your protests have a purpose, need to talk, can't protest for years. So the point is, it's very clear, a perspective has been given by the Supreme Court, and we would also ask this question through the course of the conversation, why could this not have been done by the government? Now, Narendra Singh Tomar has written, the Agriculture Minister has written an 8-page letter endorsed by the Prime Minister to the farmers. He says, and I quote, he tells the farmers, it is our responsibility to remove all doubts that have been created. He's talking about the government. He takes the onus. It's the government's responsibility to take the onus. He then says, protesting farmers must ensure their protests are not hijacked. Same old point now put in a letter as an advice to the farmers. Prevent political interest from using your platform. Again, an advice to the farmers. Then he says, we are willing to discuss all aspects with protesting farmers, not hinting that the law will be repealed, not hinting that the law will be put on hold. He's saying, the letter, by the way, was released post that big bang BJP meeting that took place at the party headquarters. So he has not hinted at all. He has not hinted at all that there will be any element of holding the law or repealing the law. He's just saying, come, let's talk. Now that offer has already been rejected. How do you fix this big impasse and a trust deficit? I want to introduce our guest this evening, Tuhin Sinha, author and leader of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Good to have you on the show, Tuhin. Welcome. Kiran Kumar Vissa, he is the National Working Group member of the AIKSCC. Pawan Kheda, spokesperson of the Congress Party. Thank you very much, Pawan, for joining us. In just a short moment, we'll have Saurabh Bharadwaj. He's an MLA with the Aam Aadmi Party. Remember, there was a lot of tearing up of the bill that happened in the Delhi Assembly. And Sanjeev Kumar Chadda, the MD of National Agriculture Marketing Federation on NAFED, is going to join us in just a short moment. Tuhin Sinha, let me begin with you, Mr. Sinha. What the Supreme Court is doing right now, you tell me which part of this the government could not have done.
First of all, if you go through the Supreme Court's observations today, point by point, number one, the Supreme Court says the farmers have a right to protest. Yes, we completely agree, and everybody has a right to protest. You have a right to protest. I have a right to protest against the nature of the protests which are taking place right now. Number two, they should not damage life or property. But the most important point made by the Supreme Court is protest should not be for the sake of protest, but to articulate a point of view. Now, if you look at what has happened in the last 15 days or so, there has been a significant shifting of goalposts. 15 days ago, the issues were MSP, a commitment on MSP price, a parameter to be set on contractual farming. Now, on 9th of December, and I have a copy of the exhaustive proposal sent by the government to the farmers' unions. It has 20 pages and at least some 10 of the issues which the farmers had, 10 of the apprehensions they had have been addressed in totality with additional clarification on what can further be done. Now, post that, the farmers backed out of the conversation. So yes, I mean, we feel it is our responsibility to still engage, to go ahead and to educate them, to clear the apprehensions. But I would appeal through your show to, whatever, if they are watching your show, the farmers' bodies, I think they should still engage, because what we have on 9 December, what we gave on 9 December was a very comprehensive document which addresses all the concerns.
The point, Mr. Sinha, I think you attempted a reply, but the point that I am asking you, the question was, what that the Supreme Court is doing right now, the government could not have done. You tell me what is so difficult. The Supreme Court right now is asking, can we not, while we are negotiating, put this law on hold? Yes or no? I want to know from you.
To be a feasible idea, that does not seem to be a feasible plan, because a silent majority, a large chunk of farmers have benefited from these reforms. And secondly, even those protesting today have at some point in the past supported these reforms. So if they had specific issues, and if those issues are, if we are willing to engage with them on those issues, then let us focus on those issues. Why do you want
No, my question very limited. My very limited question, Mr. Sinha, was that whatever Supreme Court is saying right now, was this or could this not have been done by governments to kind of allay the fears? Right now there is a trust deficit. All this that the Supreme Court is proposing, this is very much in the domain of the government. Pawan Kheda, would you like to weigh in?
Tuhin Sinha says that the farmers changed the goalpost. And now very magnanimously he's saying that, earlier they were demanding a written assurance on MSP. But Mr. Sinha, when the farmers were demanding a written assurance on MSP, I participated in dozens of debates where BJP leaders and spokespersons said, but why? They breathlessly argued against a written assurance on MSP. And today when the farmers have hardened their stand, you're saying that they have changed their goalposts? I'm sorry. It's the government which just didn't know how to handle a negotiation. On the one hand, you said you want to negotiate with the farmers. In the same breath, the Prime Minister standing at Varanasi saying, no way these laws will be diluted or taken back. That's not how you negotiate with people who are protesting. Now, Sanket, there is an underlying mentality and a premise behind taking such unilateral decisions, whether it's demonetization, whether it's these farm laws. The premise that some lives matter less. Why would a government bring in decisions which affect millions of lives without taking them into confidence, without building a consensus? Sure. After all, forget farmers. That didn't come into their mind at all. The elected members of parliament, the way they were dealt with when these laws were being pushed, that shows the mentality of this government. I get your point,
Mr. Kheda. You seem to suggest that at a time when the farmers were flexible, the government was rigid, and now the government blames the farmers for being rigid to put their point across.
They're blaming everyone, not just the farmers.
Sure.
They're blaming the opposition parties. Sure. They're blaming the
I'm going to give
gang.
Mr. Sinha a right to reply in just a short moment once we get in the view of our other two panelists. Yes, Mr. Visa, you wanted to come in.
Yeah, I just want to say that, there's no question of the farmers having shifted goalposts and so on. Farmers were always asking for a repeal of these three acts. They were asking for this from July 26th when they were still ordinances. They said, take back these ordinances, don't make them into acts. And for the November 26th protest also, the clear demand has always been repeal of these three acts. This whole thing about written assurance on MSP has never been the farmers' demand. What the farmers were actually asking for is a legal guarantee of MSP. So there's a big difference. See what the government has said, even in the December 9th letter that they've said, and even the one that the minister released today,
Sure.
is basically that they are giving a written assurance that whatever procurement regime is currently there, that will continue. We are never questioning that. What we are saying is that minimum support price is declared in 23 crops, and in hardly, in most of the crops, farmers are getting well below the MSP. And even in paddy and wheat, only in some states they're getting. We are saying that once you declare the MSP, you should have a regime which actually guarantees and ensures that every farmer gets that MSP. That is the demand. So this written assurance that the current procurement regime will continue actually goes no way towards addressing the farmers' demands. And the other thing that I would like to say is that the proposals put forward by the government, which they are saying are comprehensive, are actually highly inadequate. The contention of the farmers' organizations is that creating parallel marketing structure which is unregulated, which is outside the APMC.
Yeah, we seem to have lost that audio connection on Mr. Vissa. Mr. Vissa, we're going to come back to you. I think your audio connection is gone. But Mr. Chadha, I want to come to you now. Mr. Chadha, see, the point is, as the MD of NAFED, which is the National Agriculture Marketing Federation, you would know a thing or two about how this is panning out. But Mr. Chadha, the point very simply is that the farmers, as of this moment, a large chunk of those farmers, you may present parallel unions who are in agreement with this bill, are in doubt of the manner in which this reform has come. Nobody is saying don't get reforms, but they're in doubt on the manner in which it has been brought, right? And the manner in which amendments are now being made. Once you have a trust deficit, then obviously people will be quote-unquote unreasonable. I want to know from you, is the solution that is being spoken about by the Supreme Court not the best? Figure out the problems and till such time put the law on hold.
Sanket, thanks for having me on the program first.
Sure, my pleasure.
As you are aware that the government has many times clarified that MSP is going to stay there, APMC is going to stay there, and MSP has never been a legal instrument earlier also. It was an executive instruction and that's going to stay like that. So now farmers who are negotiating with the government also clarified during the negotiations that all your fears will be taken into consideration. Now the matter is in the court. So Honorable Court has already desired that a committee will be constituted. So I would say that farmers should also find the middle path and do not change the goalpost time and again. Repeal, I think we have come a long way, and after such a long time we have got this much needed reforms. I would say that NAFED as a national organization now outside the APMCs, we, in partnership with FPOs, we are setting up smaller mandis at the farm gate level where farmers are able to sell their produce in a transparent manner. I think farmers should be given an alternative. Ultimately, the produce belongs to them, and they should be given the right to say yes or no, who will buy at what rate they want to sell.
Yeah,
So
I think there is no disagreement with what you are saying. The problem is only the nuances and the manner in which those nuances were defined. Very quickly, Saurabh Bharadwaj is also with us. Mr. Kheda, I'm going to come back to you, and we have to give Mr. Sinha also his right to reply. But Saurabh Bharadwaj of the Aam Aadmi Party is now with us. Saurabh, can you hear me, Saurabh?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, hi Saurabh, good evening. My question to you is that in the Delhi Vidhan Sabha, the bill was torn apart. Now, many would call this political theatrics. The BJP is accusing you and the Congress is accusing the Aam Aadmi Party of listing it in your manifesto, the very same provisions that now you're tearing away.
I think they have a right to, say whatever. But what we believe is that when this farm law came into the parliament, our party protested against it. We voted against it. Even our MP, Mr. Sanjay Singh, was suspended from the parliament for his protest against these farm laws. And we have been standing with the farmers for last 6 months in Punjab because we are a primary opposition party in Punjab. And I think today it was important for us to give this message to the central government and to the farmers there that we are standing with them, and to the central government that, the people of Delhi are rejecting this farm law and we want the central government to roll it back. So that is the only intention.
And how do you explain? See, there will be a political tutu meme. How do you explain this issue being in your manifesto, where you say the exact same things? You assured people of the exact same things.
No, Sanket, there is a difference between what we say in our manifesto and what has been implemented here. And this has been implemented by the central government. Now the central government, which is BJP, they have been saying that Congress also wanted it. Congress also wanted it 10 years back. But it is not that. I'll not question Congress, because it is the BJP who have implemented it, and it is the BJP who came to power on the promise that they will give MSP plus 50%. And saying it that MSP was never a legal binding, but now the situation has changed. Now you are bringing 3 laws which will favor corporate houses, and the farmers are really insecure about it.
Okay, Tuhin Sinha, would you like to respond?
That's why they want this legality around this MSP.
Sure, Tuhin Sinha's response.
Take a moment to at least congratulate my friend Mr. Pawan Khera, because I see that Rahul Gandhi had the closet fan in Arvind Kejriwal, and the way Arvind Kejriwal tore the farm bill in the assembly reminded me of Rahul Gandhi tearing the ordinance in 2013. Of course,
ask him to just stick to the matter here instead of behaving in a juvenile manner. Sanket, can you
one by one, please.
One by one. Very important, serious discussion. Ask you to stop behaving in a juvenile
Khera, you'll get your right to reply. One moment. Tuhin Sinha, very quickly, to the point.
Why is he acting in a juvenile manner? This is an important issue. We are discussing the farmers who are sitting in 4 degrees temperature there.
Farmers who stand to gain immensely by these reforms, and the large landowners who seem to be at some sort of discomfort with these reforms. So I think these aspects also need to be explained, because if you look at the reforms, it is entirely the basic nature of these reforms is to widen the scope of options that the small and marginal farmers have. And it is largely the large landowners who have been protesting. I think you also need to bring out these aspects. As far as the government point of view is concerned, see, repealing of laws is not an option. These were farm reforms which had been pending for the last 15 years, almost every
No, Mr. Sinha, the point is not just repeal. See, do you see the solution is in what the Supreme Court has suggested or asked? The Supreme Court has asked the government, keep it on hold till the negotiations are on. Simple.
No, we have an apprehension in that.
Why?
I'm sure
I want to know why.
Because the purpose of if you put it on hold at this point of time, let me tell you, the lobby which
pending negotiations
put it on hold, the lobby which is actually rooting for and protesting to put it on hold never wanted the
No, then you, in a way, you are admitting that you railroaded through the legislation, because some lobby or the other will stop.
Let me simplify the debate. Path-breaking reforms are never an easy process. Of course, Mr. Khera has not witnessed the 1991 reforms where Congress was for a change, supportive of reforms. These reforms, there can't be any going back on them. But yes, we are willing to continuously engage with the farmers on every.
So it is very clear. It is the BJP strategy. In fact, Mr. Pawan Khera. Yes, yes, I'm going to come back to you, Mr. Desai, in just a moment.
No,
Pawan Khera, the strategy is very clear.
Wrong statements are being made.
Yes, I'm going to come back to you. I'll come back to you. I have time. Mr. Pawan Khera, the strategy of the BJP is very clear. The government and the party are on the same page. They held a long meeting today where functionaries from the party and the government were together. And I guess if that 8-page letter of Narendra Singh Tomar to the farmers is anything to go by, the government has decided that the bill will stay, it will not be repealed, and the government will push the outreach campaign to convince everyone that this is right. This is what is right.
The point of the matter is that if this is the mentality of the spokesperson sitting here, behaving in an absolutely arrogant, smug manner as if they own the world, as if the sun rises with their permission. I mean, these are people sitting in almost 2-3 degree temperature on the roads. And here is this Sinha making fun of this debate, behaving in a juvenile manner. BJP to send more responsible people here who know their topic, who know their subject, and who don't indulge in such petty humor. This is not a humorous debate.
Behave yourself.
Shut up and just listen to me now.
One moment. We'll not have a discussion like this.
You can't
One
have
moment.
such
Mr.
people
Kheda and Mr.
arrogantly
Sinha,
sitting here.
we're not going to have an impolite
behave.
conversation. This is a very, very serious subject. Mr. Kheda, to the point, please.
I still respected him when I spoke to him, when I took his name.
Yes, nobody will insult anyone. No one's going to insult anyone. Order, please. Yes, Mr. Kheda, to the point, please.
करने के लिए बुलाते हैं आप इन लोगों को
अरे आप
लोगों को कहीं जोकर वाले शो में भेजो ना
On the issue,
No personal comments. We'll pause from the political discussion at this moment and introduce Mr. Vissa. Mr. Vissa, I want to bring you in at this moment. See, this conversation, the problem is that it's too serious an issue to be made fun of or to be taken lightly. Mr. Vissa, I want to come to you now. What did you want to say?
Yeah, I wanted to say that actually there is a continuous misinformation which is being propagated, and the ruling party continues to do that. That shows the non-seriousness in terms of negotiation also. Firstly, the farmers, even before these acts, always had freedom to sell wherever they want. This is a fact. And this is what the government itself has said in July 2019. There was a Chief Minister's Conference where the government has said in 22 states, already the APMC acts allow for private mandis, allow for direct purchase from farmers, and allow for ENAM and so on. See, all these reforms have already happened at the state level. So there was no need for the center to come in and bring an act which is overriding, because at the state level, there is a regulation of the agriculture markets. The purpose of this act too is to remove all that regulation. Removal of regulation is not good. For example, even in the stock market, there is a regulation of, and there's a SEBI and everything. So you need actually regulation for the markets to function properly. And second thing I would like to say is that many economists have also spoken out that these acts are actually harmful to the farmers and beneficial to the corporate interest, starting from Kaushik Basu.
No, but then Mr. Vissa, what if the safeguards are incorporated? Now, see, the matter is with the Supreme Court. Now, with the help of negotiation, if these safeguards are incorporated, what is the harm in going through with this bill? With those safeguards.
That's what I'm saying, Sanket, that actually a central act overriding a state act itself is wrong. That itself is untenable. Because the state is the one which needs to actually regulate the agricultural market. So therefore, the fundamental premise of this act, the APMC Bypass Act, itself is wrong, and it's really harmful to the farmers' interest, and it's wrong to say.
Now, one of the things that Mr. Vissa, the government keeps saying is it wants the farmers. Mr. Vissa, the government wants. Let me take this to Mr. Chadha. Mr. Chadha, the government wants, and I've interviewed many ministers of the government and many spokespersons who say, let's discuss the problems clause by clause. The farmers say that you have already announced so many khichdi of, amendments and proposals and counter proposals that this law does not make sense. What you passed in Parliament is not a fraction of what you are proposing. It's already changed.
It is untenable. It's untenable.
Yeah, Mr. Chadha.
Actually, what I would say is that during 3 or 4 rounds of negotiations, whatever concerns were expressed, the minister has responded to that in his letter today. Now, the basic thing what I would say is that we are underestimating the wisdom of the farmer. I would just give you one example. We are buying pulses like moong and urad right now in the market. Farmers are not coming to our government centers to sell their produce. Why? Because they are getting much better price above the MSP in the APMC markets. So that's an option which the acts give to the farmer. So farmer is intelligent enough.
Mr. Chadha, I think the concern was safeguards. The simple concern is safeguards.
Coming to that, safeguard, if you look at the price.
Okay, we seem to have lost that video connection. But Pawan Kheda and Tuhin Sinha, I want to come back to you very quickly. Mr. Kheda, you go first. You tell me, is this actually not a best solution to go to the Supreme Court and then see the Supreme Court has asked the government, can you not, the Supreme Court says, can you not hold this law till such time negotiations are on? I'm asking this question again. Why is this such a bad proposition?
I absolutely, no, I get what you're saying. What's the point of a legislation rush through like this where the Honorable Supreme Court has to say, hold on, please talk to them? It's unprecedented. When did you last see the Honorable Supreme Court asking a government to hold a particular legislation and first talk to the people? Shouldn't the government have done this in the first place? Mr. Chadha, I expected more wisdom from you. आज भी पुराने कानून के तहत भी किसान कहीं भी अपनी उपज बेच सकता है. What the APMC does is it provides a benchmark price. The auction happens on his or her produce. So please don't mislead. On the one hand, you say the farmer is intelligent enough. Don't underestimate him. Yes, we should not. You are the one underestimating him. So if he's on the road, please don't underestimate his intelligence. He has a reason to be on the road.
Okay.
इसको शौक है यार ठंड में खड़े
last
होना
comment.
और तुहिन सिन्हा जैसे लोगों से मजाक उड़ाना अपना.
Is it now clear?
शौक है.
Tuhin Sinha, is it now clear that the BJP is going to go ahead with this law? Because, you know, immediately after what the Supreme Court's proposal was or suggestion was, right? You had a meeting in the BJP headquarters, and after that came an 8-page letter, making it very clear that the law is not going anywhere.
Yes, Sanket, it is a considered view that holding back the law will be counterproductive because the silent majority of farmers, especially the small farmers and the marginal farmers, are going to be huge beneficiaries of these reforms.
Sure.
So yes, we will go on explaining, we will go on addressing the apprehensions, but going back on a reform like this will send a very negative message.
Obviously, we're going to leave this to the wisdom of the Supreme Court because the matter is there. Okay. Thank you very much to all you gentlemen for joining us. It's over to the Supreme Court as far as this law is concerned and the trouble is concerned, because the Supreme Court understands what ideally a government should have. Thank you. Good night and goodbye.